Legendary Motorhead guitarist Phil Campbell has died at the age of 64, and the rock world is mourning one of heavy metal's most enduring guitar
Trying to get
heroes.
his
Probably proper concert was Deep Purple, and my brother-in-law took me to Cardiff Capitol Theatre. It was in 1973. It was when Burn, the album Burn was out, and David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes had just joined, and it was phenomenal. It was really amazing. Shortly after that, I went to the same place in Cardiff to see Hawkwind with Lemmy playing there, and with the light show and all the weird talking, it scared the shit out of me. Still have nightmares about it. But it was a full-blown show, and they were at the top of their game, and it was very memorable. For his autograph that night, yeah, I still got it on the program. He was, you know, I was actually 12. I worked it out that I was 12 on the Hall of the Mountain King tour. It was, I think, and he's the only one that came into the foyer after he was looking for some fun and games or whatever. Where's the local casino, probably? And he signed the program for me, and it was his old style autograph. It was like Lemmy at the bottom. Yeah. Told him lots of times, like early on. Yes, you told me that once, Phil. Shut the fuck up. And if somebody had said to me that night, "Oh, you're going to be in a band with him for like 32 years," you know, you get him locked up. But it's an inspiring story because it tells everyone that anything could happen, you know. The strangest things can happen. It was all the live shows. It was an escape from school. I mean, I was never very good in school. When I kind of had a bit of a knack for playing the guitar, the teachers, more or less, if it wasn't in the lesson, they knew I'd be in a small room just playing, and they'd rather me probably be out of their way than contributing nothing in the classroom. Every concert was inspiring then, you know. And especially when you're young. And I think if I saw a lot of the concerts now, like this day, if I could recreate it, I don't think any of them would let me down, really. I just still get that buzz. It's like seeing some of the earlier bands on the TV now, you know, with YouTube and reruns of the old Great Whistle Test and programs like that. I don't think they'd let me down, you know. The bands were so good.
The Welsh musician, whose real name was Philip Anthony Campbell, passed away on March 13, 2026, after battling serious health complications following a complex medical operation, according to statements from his family and bandmates. The heartbreaking news was shared by Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, the band he formed with his 3 sons, who revealed that the rock icon had spent time in intensive care before his passing. In their emotional tribute, his family described him as a devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grandfather, affectionately known as Bampi. For fans of heavy metal, Phil Campbell wasn't just another guitarist. He was a major part of the thunderous sound that defined Motorhead for more than 3 decades. Born in Pontypridd, Wales, on May 7, 1961, Campbell discovered the guitar as a child and quickly became obsessed with the instrument. Inspired by legends like Jimi Hendrix, Tony Iommi, and Jimmy Page, he started playing when he was only about 10 years old. By the early 1980s, Campbell had already begun carving out a name for himself in the British rock scene, playing with bands like Persian Risk. But everything changed in 1984 when he landed a life-changing opportunity, joining Motorhead alongside frontman Lemmy Kilmister. From that moment on, Campbell became a permanent fixture in the band's lineup. His blistering guitar riffs powered Motorhead through some of their most celebrated albums, including Orgasmatron, 1916, and Bastards. Over the years, the band became one of the most influential forces in heavy metal, famous for their aggressive sound and relentless touring. For many fans, Campbell's guitar work was the perfect partner to Lemmy's unmistakable voice and bass. Together, they helped shape the identity of Motorhead. Launched a new project, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, which included his own sons Todd, Dane, and Tyler. The family-driven band carried forward the loud, raw spirit of Motorhead while building a loyal fan base of its own. Even in recent years, Campbell remained active on the road and in the studio, proving that his passion for rock music never faded. However, earlier this year, the band was forced to cancel tour dates after Campbell received medical advice related to his health. Fans had hoped the legendary guitarist would recover and return to the stage, but sadly, the situation became more serious in recent weeks. Now, tributes are pouring in from across the rock and metal community, with musicians and fans remembering Campbell not just as a phenomenal guitarist, but as a humble and passionate performer who gave his life to music. Over a career spanning more than 4 decades, Phil Campbell helped shape the sound of heavy metal and influenced countless guitar players around the world. And while the man himself may be gone, his music, loud, raw, and unforgettable, will keep blasting through speakers for generations. Phil Campbell was 64 years old. May his soul rest in eternal peace.